Welcome to Istanbul, Turkey. Today we are going to be doing a walking tour throughout the city to hit up the best sites. We started our day right behind me at Bar Nathan Istanbul, which is a beautiful restaurant where we had a traditional Turkish breakfast. This was insane. I've never had so much food for breakfast in my life before, and it was absolutely delicious. We weren't even close to finishing it because they brought out so much bread. The breakfast was on the pricier side as far as food goes here. It was $28 for two people, but that also did include us adding 2 coffees too, because we can't start the day without having some coffee. So the restaurant is actually in the shadow of the Galata Tower, which is a great place to start the day. It opens at 9 a.m. when visitors can then ascend to the top to get a beautiful view of the city. Today we're going to be walking around hitting up the most famous sites like the Hagia Sofia. So come along as we explore Istanbul.
So our first stop today is the Suleymaniye Mosque, and this mosque is most notable for its giant dome with a bunch of little surrounding domes underneath the big dome. And obviously the Suleymaniye Mosque was built under Suleiman. He was the 10th Sultan of the Ottoman Empire and was actually the longest reigning Sultan of the Ottoman Empire and reigned for about 40 years. The mosque was started in 1550 and wasn't completed until 1558, so it took over 8 years just to complete this building. It's obviously super beautiful here. The architecture is just out of this world.
This mosque is free to the public. You don't have to get tickets, entrance fees, or anything. You can just help yourself. But just to note, it is closed on Mondays. Now we're going to keep heading on our tour. We are now at the Hagia Sofia. We made it inside after waiting about an hour to an hour and a half because we came on a Friday. Friday is the most important day in the Muslim religion, so it was very busy because Friday afternoons is when all the prayers happen. So definitely a very busy time to come, but we finally made it inside. In 2020, it was converted back from a museum to a mosque. So now it's required that you wear a headscarf. I did not have one, so they have them outside for purchase for 50 cents. You also have to take your shoes off when you come inside, as the whole interior has a green carpet. So now we are just exploring the interior. It was built in 537 AD, making it over 1,400 years old. So it's really stepping back in time. It has a lot of Byzantine as well as Ottoman architecture. Very beautiful to see. There's tiles on the ceilings. It recently had went through a renovation, but now it's fully back open for the public to come and visit. Now we're gonna head back out, back onto the street, and continue our walking tour for the day.
We are now at the Topkapi Palace. It used to be the residence of all the sultans of the Ottoman Empire up until the 1800s. Now it is just a museum where you can come and walk through. You even get a little audio guide with the purchase of a ticket, so that's been super helpful to learn a little bit more about this place. We just got done walking through the throne room, which was magnificently beautiful, and now we're going to continue on through the gardens. So we've been here in the palace now for quite a while. The ticket is pretty expensive, however, this place is huge. They recommend you spend at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. We've been here for quite a while, like I said, just taking in all the architecture and all the courtyards. We're now heading over to the Grand Bazaar. We were actually over here yesterday, but we were mostly just looking for food. It was such a great experience. We just had to come back and check it out again, this time spend a little bit more time there.
So we are now at the Grand Bazaar. It is super crowded. There's 22 entrances and over 4,000 different stalls. We found that a majority of which are fake designer brand stalls with like bags, coats, etc. However, there are some gems. We do love the lantern shops, the tea shops, Turkish delight shops, so make sure to check those out while you're here.
So the activity level here at the Grand Bazaar is just crazy. There's so many people here, everyone's just milling about, and this place is absolutely huge. What I find really funny is that it's actually like split up into different sections. So like the first section we walked into was just like a bunch of jewelry being sold. Now we've kind of went off down to a different hallway, and there's like a couple different lantern shops. So it's really funny how it's just like split up into different sections, a lot like what a department store would be, where you have like one section for this and another section for that. It actually kind of helps with the organization here with how big it is. Next we're gonna head right down the street to the spice market. So we just got done walking through the Spice Bazaar. Honestly, we like the Spice Bazaar more than the Grand Bazaar, just because it looks so much more authentic. There's so many spices, so much color, there's so many different Turkish delights that you can buy. It is a little hectic in there. Everyone's like, oh, do you want to try this tea? Do you want to try this tea? I have some Turkish delights for you. So it does get crazy in there, but it's a lot of fun just to walk through and see all those spices and see all the different things that you can purchase in there as well. So today we didn't get to go to the Blue Mosque because it is under renovation, so there wasn't much to see. Everything was pretty much blocked off by like construction walls, so unfortunately we didn't get to go and check that out. But the rest of it was super great today. We got to see so much history, we got to see all the craziness of Istanbul. It was a lot of fun today. If you like the video, make sure to stay tuned because next we're heading over to Cappadocia to check out another part of Turkey.